today I'm going to be talking about strokes, but first I have some key terms for all of you that you can review while I introduce myself in the presentation. First, what is a stroke? A stroke, put simply, is a reduced blood flow to the brain. How many of you know someone that has endured a stroke? Wow, that's more than I expected. Okay. About 30 years ago, my uncle had been having some pretty severe headaches. Doctors were unable to diagnose what were causing these headaches, and so he went on with life. He went on a trip to Baltimore. He lives here in Placentia. Went on a trip to Baltimore with his family over the holidays, and he got another one of these severe headaches while he was there. He had his wife take him to the nearest hospital, and they were able to diagnose what was causing these headaches. It was an aneurysm within his brain. Now, during this, they decided to immediately operate, and during operation, it burst. Fortunately, he was at the time the best hospital in the world dealing with aneurysms, St. Johns Hopkins University. When he was there, they were able to save his life, stop the bleeding, and get him sewed back up and ready to go. Unfortunately, he was not able to make a full recovery. For the last 30 years, he has been paralyzed on the right side of his body. He is not able to speak on his own. He has a trach, and he also has a feeding tube. Strokes are the 5th leading cause of death in the United States. So today I'm going to talk about the problems, solutions, and outcomes related to strokes. Strokes are able to be reduced if we are able to draw more attention to them and assess the risk factors, as well as make healthier life decisions in accordance to the American Heart Association. So let's get started with the problem, which are strokes. According to Benjamin, Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 2017, there is over 800,000 strokes in the United States a year. Of those 800,000, roughly 200,000 are repeat offenders, so they've already had a stroke. But how does this all play out? Well, according to Flint Rehab, which I have provided a guideline over here with the proper rehab methods. According to Flint Rehab 2018, after most people will experience a 50% recovery from their prior state before they had the stroke within 2 weeks. But this timeline is pretty crucial. After 3 months from the date you had your stroke, this process of relearning slows down due to the brain's plasticity decreasing. We are still able to learn, but the rate at which we learn decreases. So we need to increase the amount of physical therapy depending on how severe the stroke is, as well as the regimen that we are going through. Now that you know a little bit about the problem, strokes, let's talk about the solution through the American Heart Association. According to CharityNavigator.org 2018, the American Heart Association is the nation's largest and oldest nonprofit group that addresses heart disease and strokes. How do they do this? According to the American Heart Association, 2018, they do this through education and awareness. And the American Heart Association is the nation's leading educator in CPR, hands-on training, as well as first aid and BLS certifications. They also educate doctors based on science-based guidelines, so then those doctors can come down and educate us. They have also funded, the American Heart Association has also funded more than $3.8 billion in fighting heart disease and strokes. This is the largest of any organization besides our own government. Now that you know a little bit about the solutions that American Heart Association has provided, let's talk about the outcomes. According to Bay and Rogers, Journal of Stroke and Cerebrovascular Diseases, only 43% of people out of a surveyed 850 knew the connection of what a stroke was, meaning they knew that there was a problem with the brain getting blood. The other 60% could not make that connection and had no understanding. There are 2 ways in which we can increase this percentage of people knowing and understanding what a stroke is. Number 1 is education. Education, any type of diploma or degree certificate, shows an improvement in understanding what a stroke is. As well as number 2, learning from others' past experiences. Others, either that being the individual themselves or loved ones or close ones around this person. So now that you know a little bit about the outcomes, let's go and let's review. So today, I talked about the problem, solutions, and outcomes related to strokes. Strokes can be reduced if people are willing to take the proper actions and methods in reducing and addressing the risk factors that lead to strokes. Overall, strokes can be reduced if people are willing to take the proper actions in reducing strokes and taking the proper steps to make healthier life decisions in accordance to the American Heart Association. If you're looking for more information, I would suggest visiting one of these 3 sites, all of which address heart disease and strokes. Thank you for your time.